Frank open up with some comments and then they'll take questions.
First of all, I want to give regard to tomorrow being Veteran Day, and I want to thank all those who serve this country, allowing us the freedom and all that we have here in the United States. Without them and their sacrifices, we wouldn't be the country that we are. So very grateful to all of our military enlistees of the past and those that are current. With that being said, as we turn a page from Alabama, you know, there were some things that I stood before you and I asked of our team and said that we would do in regard to physicality, toughness, never say die mentality. I think our team displayed that throughout the game. I thought that they went into the game with anticipation of winning. I think they believed they could win all the way until there was no time left on the clock. I thought we started fast. You know, our defense goes out and plays the style of play that we desire, that have been the standard here for so long. We get them in a 2nd and 3rd situation, give up a yard or two, get them in a 3rd and 1 situation, we stuff them. Get them in a 4th and 1 situation, we stuff them. So from a kickoff coverage unit that didn't let it get outside the 25 special teams to a defense that goes out and plays stellar and goes 4 and out with 3 downs of playing 2 or less, I thought was fantastic by our defensive unit. The offense gets the ball and we march it down the field. We get the ball into the red zone area and give ourselves an opportunity to get points on the board. And we don't convert, but pleased with the drive, and okay, we could do this. We're in a good rhythm, we're in a good place. Defense comes back out, plays spectacular again. We get an opportunity on 3rd and 6, we pick up about 12 to 15, and the ball comes loose. And so we give the opponent a short field where they go up 3-0. We go back and forth, and we get to the back end of the half with the score being a touchdown or a possession away. It's 10-3 with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left. And so here's what happens. I say to our football team, I say to media, I say to anybody who would listen, we're going to try to win this game. We're not going there for a moral victory and hope that we can stay with them. We're going to try to win the game. And so with 2:20 and change left, and down by 7, we try to get started to get a 2-minute drill going for our football team. I thought, you know, first down we pick up 2-3 yards. 2nd down, I thought we had a good call. We didn't convert. 3rd down, I think we got even a better call. They're exactly where we thought they would be. It's the exact defensive call we anticipated, and we don't convert there, unfortunately. And so we punt the ball away to the -34. We flip the field for our opponent, who now has 56 seconds left with no timeouts, and feel confident that we could keep them on that side of the field. They come down and they get points, and so now we go into halftime with the score as such. Here's what we say to our football team when I stood before them. We're going to get the ball back as an offense. We're going to march down the field and we're going to get points. That's going to happen. All right? And so this middleweight that we talk about, the end of the 3rd quarter, the beginning of the 4th quarter, where we tried to steal a possession, get points, and then get it back in the 3rd would have been pivotal for us. And so you go for it, right? And that's a part of it. That's the risk. That's the risk. It's no different than faking a punt, a kickoff. Well, it's not going to work on the other side of the 50. The only way it works is if it's at your minus 28. When they don't anticipate. It's the element of surprise, right? And if you get it, it's fantastic. If you don't get it, it's questioned, right? So we don't get it before half, and so I question myself, I should have ran it, I shouldn't have did this. And then you come back and you watch the field, and you talk to the kids, and you see, when you look in their eyes, they'll want to, we did the right thing. We were supposed to go for it, and that's a part of it. All right, and so it's an 8-point game into the fourth quarter, with the game very much in the balance and opportunity for us to secure victory. We certainly had our opportunities to do so. The difference, in my opinion, in the game, they had 4 or 5 explosive plays of 20-plus yards. We had 2. We kicked field goals. They scored touchdowns off of those explosive plays. Our game plan was to be methodical, to keep our defense fresh, to mount momentum, to go score for our offense. We win the time of possession game. We win the rushing game. You take out the 38, 40 yards and sacks. I'm talking about handoffs to the backs and to our run game. We do those things for us, for our football team, to put us in position to win. And so a defense can play stellar in respect to complementary football when they play 60 snaps, 62 snaps, opposed to 85 or 90 snaps that we have put them in a position to do at the same time, and so does the offense. So we both had about the same amount of opportunities, give or take 3 to 5 plays or so. And then the game plan unfolds the way that we anticipated. The difference is we have to find a way in this week to be better and from the 20 in. And so that is our charge. I like our football team. I like the things that we did. I think it's something to build on. It's always a tough challenge. I don't care if it was the Millennium game and it was 3-6, 6-9, whatever it was, those of you who were there, whether it was 2019 and a big lead that came back or everything in between. That game is going to be what it is, and it's tough sledding to go in there against one of the premier programs in the country. But I think the difference is not that great. And so our charge is to build on those things we did not do well to allow us to go into this week to fix it. And it'll start today in our corrections as we view this film and put it behind us after today. All right, so we'll open up the questions about it or move to Arkansas as you guys see fit.
Hey Frank, who will be your starting quarterback against Arkansas, Michael or Garrett?
Yeah, for the quarterback position, I thought both of them did some good things. I thought both of those guys did things that need to be improved upon. I thought Garrett at times was spectacular. He started off red hot. He did some really good things for us. I felt at the back end we needed a spark and something to get us going and add another dimension to our game. I thought Michael stepped in and gave those things to us as a football team. As of now, nothing has drastically changed in how we have flowed. Outside of the fact, like last week, I'll say to you, we're going to use everything that we have, and both of those guys will play in this game moving forward.
How you doing, Coach Frank? In the previous 2 games to Alabama, the defense allowed 200 yards plus rushing. Against Alabama, they only allowed 56 yards rushing. Was that a direct result of the physical practices that you implemented? Yeah. I think it played a part in it, right? I thought mindset. It's a mentality type play in your charge. And when we talk about that opening drive that they have, that was 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. You're talking about three downs against a team that have a couple of first rounders, possibly at offensive line, certainly one for sure. That we were able to get our cleats in the ground, get off the ball, change the line of scrimmage, and not allow them to move us. That's a mindset. That's a want to. That's not talent. That's sheer grit. That's sheer determination. My will against your will, I will not be moved. And so I thought our team did that, and I think the style of practice that we've been having, the way that we've gone about conducting our business, and in this small sample size, now it's only, I guess, 10 days, since our transition, but we have, or so, but we have conscientiously, with purpose and intent, built the mindset to be physical running the ball and to be physical stopping the run as well.
If I could ask a follow-up on quarterbacks. So last week you said Garrett was the starter, you used them all. Does that change this week during the week as far as maybe how you divvy up reps at practice, who gets 1s and 2s reps?
Yeah, you know, I thought Gary did well enough at times to still be in position to be the starter as we start and embark upon this weekend. So when we go to corrections today and practice tomorrow, you'll be the first guy that goes in.
Thank you.
It's going to be a theme here, I feel. Is there a positive aspect of utilizing both quarterbacks in the same series even, like you've seen in the past?
Yeah, well, you know what? That's a great question because we're not out on anything. Again, I think if you look at body of work and you isolate it, that's good. That was good. We missed that. We got to be able to get that. And they're both imperfect in that sense. They both brought something to the table that helped this team to go up and down the field. They both have things that they need to continue to work on as well. And so I don't think it's just a clear separation where one is beyond the other, that we'll need both of them. And I think and I know we'll use both of them in this game.
Coach, just to continue the quarterback training, I guess, when you have a guy like Michael in the game, a really mobile quarterback, what does that really open up for any offense, not just yours?
Yeah, you know, I think it makes them account for him in that you can't, that you have to keep integrity of your rush lanes as a defensive line in pursuit. I think it makes you have another defender account for him if he does get through the first level, if you will. Because if not, then it becomes a tremendous gain, a huge gain, opposed to that person being in coverage. And so I think there's tremendous validity into having a guy that can extend plays with his legs or even have direct quarterback design runs that they have to account for.
Non-QB question. Obviously chaotic couple of weeks here. Is there a lesson you feel like you may have learned looking back at the 2 weeks or something, any advice you'd give yourself in the last 2 weeks moving forward?
I like what we did the last 2 weeks. And I think every day it tells us something about our football team of what we have done well, what we need to continue to improve upon. And for our team, it's holistic, right? It's the guy who I had to get on this morning who parked in the handicap spot, right? It's the guy who, as we get to the back end of this semester, has to take care of his responsibilities academically to put himself in position to graduate, because that's what you came to LSU for. That is still an institution of higher learning, and that we compete for championships, and the degree in hand is the full measure of success. That one without the other is not good enough. And you know, we say to our team, if you came to LSU just to play football, then you've made a mistake. And so to answer your question, the lesson is how you do anything is how you do everything. You don't just turn it on the field. And so to continue to try to build on our culture, on those habits of do the right thing, man. Don't take shortcuts. And if you find yourself looking over your shoulder before you do something, you probably shouldn't be doing it. And that propels to the football field, right? And whether it's your assignment, whether it's in the weight room, don't cheat. Don't cheat the game. Don't cheat the game, because it'll get you. It'll get you when it gets you, right? And you'll be disappointed at that time. And so for me, and the lessons that are daily is the continuous process of building our football team to build habits that we have, of seeds that we've planted that come to fruition.
If the other change you made was at right tackle, so the plan there this week with Davis and Larry Williams or anybody else that might be in the mix?
Yeah, you know, it was good to see Big Ori get out there. He's a mammoth of a man, right? Huge in stature. I thought he did a good job. You know, we, as you saw in style of play, we did those things, not just conscientious of a pass game standpoint in depth or lack of, or quarterback, but also to protect our offensive linemen at times who are still growing up when they needed it, to be able to have a tight end, to be able to have a back, an H-back, to protect the edge, to just slow them down just a bit, because sometimes it's just the presence, or sometimes it is the nudge or the chip that slows that guy down. Here's the difference, in my opinion, of the SEC and every other conference in America: those defensive ends. They're the Kiki Mingos, the Myles Garretts, all the Clownies. Those are the guys that make our conference what it is. And so that tackle who's going backwards is going against the most elite player in college football, in amateur sport, if you will. And those are the edge rushers in this league. And yet again, we'll have another one that we'll have to face in this week. But so there's consideration taken all the time in those guys that when they go out to the field. And so who will be the starter? I'm not quite sure yet. You know, one played quite a bit, and then meaning Weston, and then of course Corey Williams went in and he played quite a bit. They both did some really good things. They both did some things that still we need to build upon, but we haven't made the decision just yet on that.
You saying that triggered something in my head. Rewatching the game last night, backside pursuit got you guys a lot, I guess. Is there anything you can do in getting that off faster to get away from that, or is that kind of the risk you run when you're running those kinds of plays?
Well, you talking run game or pass game?
Run game.
Yeah, and so they run a heel line, right? And so, and that's a unique skill set, to turn your toe, to get flat, where a guy like myself or maybe one of you, you know, it'll take us and we'll have to run a curve to go around. Those guys can turn their toe immediately and go flat down the line of scrimmage and make up the distance like that. And so, yeah, we'll have some things schematically to slow down the backside guys. That respectfully, you know, I won't say now, but we'll have some things in place to temper him so he's not a bat out of hell and just running us down.
Frank, for a play caller, your opinion, is it easier to call the second game than maybe the first? Does it take a little adjustment to your guys learning the skill set and what they can and can't do?
I think it does. You know, I think it does. You know, it's something as simple for me. You know, talk up. I can't hear you, because they're monotone. Then they talk up, and you ain't got to be that loud. Slow down. You know, and so we're learning all those dynamics in real time. The acoustics of the stadium, and it's reverberating, and he can't hear, but he could hear, or the mic goes out. Signal it from the sideline, right? So he has the green dot. Of course, the quarterback, the coordinator's talking to him, and he can't hear. We have technical malfunctions that happen, all right? So you got to go from calling it to signaling it, all right, in length, in real time. And so those things happen sometimes, and you know, for the fan or for the media, like, oh, are you kidding me? Get the play in. Well, he can't hear. But we can't explain to you he can't hear. We just got to do what we have to do. And so we'll do some things. And so a lesson learned that if we do have a malfunction, we'll make sure that, you know, we're wristbanding some things, not just signaling it to get it in that much faster. And so they're growing, and our quarterbacks have not worn wristbands or done things to help them. And so we learn. You're ever learning, you know, what's the issue? And so my responsibility in game management and of our team is to troubleshoot the issues. So if that was an issue, if it happened again, and you had the signal, the shift, the formation, the play, and the protection, just how about go wristband one? Done. Instead of all of that. And so those are the things that we're trying to do to benefit our team, to help us play faster.
Kirsch, early in the game, you did some bootleg stuff with Garrett, maybe some stuff you hadn't done in the past. You obviously can't put a new offense in 2 weeks, so how much can you add that's new, but then, hey, we got to run the stuff we've been running also?
Yeah, you know, point well made, and thanks for putting that in perspective, John. I think there's, you know, he enjoys those things when it comes to waggles and boots and nakeds, and he thrives on them, and it allows him to naturally, in style of play, throw on a run, which is a little different than drop back and then scramble. because it's a part of, I believe, his repertoire. He can do those things naturally, and it happens, it flows for him. He's done it, as he says to me, I've been doing that since I came out the womb. You know, he said that to me, and I said, okay, I like that, right? And so we'll continue to do whatever it is to benefit Garrett, to benefit Mike, to play to their strengths.
Nick Anderson, what's the latest on him and his knee, and then also where is he going into this week?
So, Nick Anderson first. Positive, you know, we're really worried on the sideline that it could be something long-term. It is not. It does not require a procedure. And so we're day by day in a rehabilitation preventative manner with him to get him along the way. I don't know if he'll be ready this morning. He came in, of course, yesterday, Sunday, and again today. We'll continue to monitor it to see. Probably about Wednesday we'll have a real idea if he'll be up for this game or the next, and moving beyond. What else you asked about? His thing is, again, as tolerated is how he finished the game. Once we got out there, and we're in Tuscaloosa, and the juices are flowing. He's like, Coach, I can go. I can go. Well, yeah, right. You couldn't go yesterday, but that's just your adrenaline. All right, and so he got himself in a frenzy of position, and he's a competitor, so he wanted to play. But you can't tell me the other game, right? And so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm uncertain right now. Probably hopeful, without medically using the term doubtful or whatever. But he was in great spirits. He's eager. He wants to be back out there. But we won't put him out there until he can protect himself and play at the level that allows him to be elite.
Coach, Trey Green has been on a roll this entire year. He didn't record a catch against Alabama. When you look back at the film, what did they do against him, and how do we get him more targets and more active?
So, be nice to Trey. He was targeted. He was schemed. A couple of times schemed, and we didn't get it to him. A couple of times targeted, and we didn't get the reception. But he is a strength for us that we recognize and that we need. We need Trey to be involved in the game. Unfortunately, he didn't record one because he's a tremendous asset for us, and we'll try to get him going again this week. We'll get him going this week. But we had him, figured in the game plans last week as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the catches and receptions that we desire.
I got an Arkansas question for you.
Oh, good.
Taylor Green was injured in their last game. Do you anticipate he's going to play? And why at times does this defense struggle against running quarterbacks?
And he may be the best one. And we faced some really good ones in all due respect. But he's 6'6", athletic, and he's a legit 4'4" guy. And it almost at times looks like he's gliding because of his gait, his stride length. He's a good player. They're prolific, in my opinion, the 8th ranked offense in the country. They can score. They've been behind against opponents and rallied back because of his unique skill set to both run and throw the ball. They're averaging 35 points a game. They can rush the ball from the quarterback position by design. They can hand it off as well. And they have some receivers that can make plays for them. And so they're certainly formidable from that aspect, which makes them extremely dangerous. You watch them against Ole Miss, you watch them against Mississippi State, on and on and on. They're in games where they could easily have 2 or 3 more wins that they did not. And they always play us tough. Always have. And so we're expecting to get their very best. We'll have to score touchdowns in this game. That'll have to happen. That's a non-negotiable because they can score. I think he's a very talented player.
Question. Early kick in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
Any message to the fans about getting out there, being loud, only 2 home games left for the rest of the season?
Yeah, so here's the reality. Here's my my all call, my rally call, if you will, to our fans. We need you. We can't do it without you. You're the best fans in America. You love and you love hard, and we respect that. You have great expectations, and we're trying to meet those expectations, because so do we. We want to play well. We want to play well for our fans, for our families. We want to play well for ourselves. We need loud and proud our fans to be in Tiger Stadium early. I know that's tough now. It always have been for them to get their behinds up early, but they got to get it. In my opinion, just come the night before. Start your tailgate. I'll come around in the golf cart and high five you. All right. Now, I say that, Mike. I got to do it. All right. So I'm for that, though. I'm for that. Our fans was going to come out late Friday night. I'll leave the hotel with the team. Come by. See, I'm gonna do a check. Let's do a check to see how many fans are here to get going for Saturday morning. But no, glad to be back home. Glad to perform in Tiger Stadium in the premier venue in all of sports. And so we're excited about having our fan base there to support us.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.